Ask 5 different people what AI is, and you will likely get 5 different answers. Some point straight to chatbots. Others talk about self-driving cars, or those programs that generate art from a simple text prompt. They're all correct, because underneath those wildly different applications, there is exactly one shared mechanic. The machine is learning from raw data and improving its performance over time. Friction occurs when you attempt to solve every operational bottleneck by stretching a single framework across mismatched tasks. A system designed to recognize faces cannot optimize a supply chain, and a tool meant for translation cannot drive a vehicle. This creates what we call the AI monolith mistake. It is the false assumption that AI is a single, all-purpose entity you can simply plug into your business to fix everything. This scorecard illustrates the result of that mismatch. If you feed thousands of rows of sales data into a language model designed to generate text and ask it to predict next quarter's revenue, you receive failing grades in both accuracy and efficiency. Operationally, this mismatch bleeds capital. You waste your software budget, spike your error rates, and worse, build a false sense of security because the output looks confident even when the math is completely wrong. That confident inaccuracy is exactly why context dictates your risk. If a language tool hallucinates while drafting a marketing email, you lose 10 minutes editing it. If you rely on that same tool to diagnose a medical scan, you are looking at catastrophic liability. Realizing a return on your investment requires looking past the broad label of AI. Success depends on identifying your specific operational bottleneck and matching it to the corresponding architectural form of intelligence. If your main constraint is the clock, you are the classic time-poor professional. Your ideal assistant is generative AI. This form of AI operates by ingesting massive libraries of learned language patterns, which it then cross-references against the specific text prompts you type in. The result is rapid creation. It hands you a complete rough draft of a report, a photorealistic design visual, or a working block of software code in seconds instead of hours. But that speed comes with a strict trade-off. Generative AI prioritizes sounding human over being factually reliable. It expands your output capacity, but it forces you to become a full-time editor. Now let's look at the opposite end of the spectrum. If you don't need to create content, but you do need to constantly evaluate your physical surroundings, you need computer vision AI. This tool is built purely for perception. When you eliminate the human visual bottleneck, you can continuously track store inventory or detect microscopic defects on a manufacturing line without ever slowing down the conveyor belt. To achieve that level of precision, computer vision requires a massive, continuous feed of visual data. We're talking hundreds of overhead retail checkout cameras or thousands of high-resolution medical x-rays. The constraint here isn't factual accuracy, it's infrastructure. Removing the human from the loop means you have to purchase, install, and maintain highly expensive, specialized hardware just to capture all those images reliably. Both of these tools process enormous volumes of information efficiently, but neither one is built to weigh variables, calculate risk, or navigate the strategic consequences of the data they process. For that, we have to look deeper. This comparison matrix outlines the strategic choice for high-stakes environments. You have to choose between tools that forecast the future and tools that take independent action. We'll start with the highlighted row, Predictive AI. To generate a forecast, this system analyzes vast amounts of historical market trends and cross-references them against real-time data flows, like live traffic conditions or sudden stock fluctuations. It then serves up an optimized suggestion, like the fastest commuter route or an ideal investment strategy. Crucially, it keeps your human team informed and firmly in the driver's seat to make the final call. Keeping a human in the loop protects your organization from rogue errors, but it inherently limits the absolute speed of your reaction. You can only act as fast as your human supervisor can click approve. If you need to eliminate that delay entirely, you move down to decision-making AI. This is the absolute executor, stepping in to screen thousands of applicant resumes or interpret road conditions without waiting for permission. By evaluating complex, real-time factors instantaneously, these independent systems unlock maximum automation efficiency. They allow a self-driving car to hold its lane in a sudden downpour, reacting far faster than human reflexes allow. But removing human oversight entirely exposes your organization to immense vulnerability. When sudden, unpredictable anomalies happen, there is no human safety net to stop the system from making a critical error. That is the severe trade-off of decision-making AI. Achieving true, hands-free automation means you accept total liability for the machine's choices, demanding zero tolerance for flawed input data. Your choice between predicting and deciding dictates your role as a leader. You either equip yourself to act as an informed supervisor, or you surrender control entirely to an algorithm. To figure out which path makes sense for your business, we must map true return on investment against the hidden costs of integration. This quadrant chart graphs human oversight required against your specific risk of failure. If we plot generative AI, it lands squarely in the top left quadrant. It requires high oversight to catch errors, but carries a low risk of failure, making it perfect for the time-poor professional drafting daily emails that provides immediate daily ROI for writing and coding. But if you are an enterprise strategist who needs flawless numerical execution, relying on that top left quadrant is a dangerous choice. You belong over here with predictive AI. This node serves the efficiency optimizer, teams scaling their operations based on hard data forecasting, demanding better organizational results without ever surrendering final control. Finally, we drop computer vision and decision-making AI into the bottom right quadrant. This is the ultimate leap into true workflow automation, powering technologies like cashierless retail and autonomous transport. This territory belongs exclusively to the performance-first enterprise. Pursuing this low oversight zone requires immense upfront capital to install specialized hardware and clean your data pipelines. Once you drop into this high-risk zone, you cross a strict liability threshold. Removing human oversight means every algorithmic error now carries real-world, high-stakes consequences. Navigating the future of work requires a deliberate strategy, identifying which specific tasks to accelerate with generative tools, which to analyze with predictive models, and which high-stakes choices you are willing to automate entirely.